Hey everyone, it's Eric with firearmtutorials.com, and today we're going to take a look at the DF89, which is a full-size MP5 pistol configuration from DJ Getz Firearms. This is a clone of an MP5 built by a reputable manufacturer. Just wanted to give you guys a look at it and give you my thoughts of it. There's several options for these. The one thing that you should know is that this is not something like an AR-15 where you can just get the parts, put it together, and expect the gun to run. Unfortunately, because these use stamped parts instead of machined parts, they just don't always fit together correctly, and they require fine tuning to operate as intended. So that's why usually you go to a custom builder that knows how to work with these parts. The majority of the parts in this specific gun are US made. There's some parts which are of German origin, which are mostly in the trigger pack because there's not an appropriate US made part for it, or it's just not reliable enough. So like I said, the majority of this is US parts, and this is all put together, tested, and sent out directly from Dave Getz. So I knew when I got into this that I was going to get something good because I had read the reviews, and everybody who bought one of these was impressed with it, said they had nothing but fun with them, and they are sear ready. So if you have a registered auto sear, you can drop it in, make this guy fully automatic, and it's ready to go. So let's go ahead and take a look at, I'll give you guys a breakdown of it just while I'm talking about it. But like I said, this is a pistol configuration, so it comes with this A1 end cap. Now you'll notice when you see the end cap here, it's got these two little holes on it. Now this threw me by surprise when I first started to shoot it, because you actually do feel a little bit of blowback come through these holes, and in a pistol configuration you have to get this so close to your face in order to line the sights up that it makes it really difficult to fire unless it's right up against your face. You see, this is kind of the sight picture that you go for here, where you line these guys up and something along the lines of that. And then you obviously would want to focus your eye on the front post. But like I said, it's very difficult to shoot in a pistol configuration, but let's go ahead and look at this. So here's the lower. It's got the trigger pack in here. There's all the goodies that you would want. Like I said, if you have a sear, you can put it in there and you're good to go. You see there's still a little bit of grease here. When I first got it, Dave had put some grease in there to aid in the phosphate that's on the front of the hammer there. As soon as you fire it a couple times, it kind of flattens out, and then you don't really need to continue to put the grease on there, but nonetheless, he does it anyways. Now you've got, I went for the ambi pack since I'm left-handed, which is a lot better for me. I will say that this right side is a little hard to operate. I guess that would be my only complaint about this gun. I think it's just something that will loosen up on its own. Now if you look at the left side, for you right-handed people, you've got a larger lever here that gives you a little bit more leverage, and it's got some nice texture on the top here too. So can't complain. The trigger in it's not bad. It's better than a, like say, a UMP, which feels more like a staple gun. This kind of feels kind of in between a staple gun and a regular rifle. So good news there. Now if you take this stuff out, you've got a stainless steel guide rod here. It's got two Allen screws on the end, nothing too special about that. Then you've got your bolt carrier. You see the rollers in here, and it's a little dirty because I did shoot it before I filmed this. But there you go. It doesn't come with a firing pin. Not sure exactly why he doesn't ship them with firing pins, but nonetheless, I just bought a US made firing pin from HK Parts. It was like 12 bucks or 15 bucks or something, and just threw it in the back there. You see it. So and this is a tungsten filled carrier, so like I said before, if you have an auto sear, you're pretty much ready to go. The only time you would really need the tungsten is to aid in cycling for full auto. Here you've got the receiver. You see there's some nice welds here. I'll give you a better look at this, but you can see this is a catalyzed industrial paint that he uses on here, And you can see there are some weld marks here, but he did a pretty good job. It's pretty hard to tell exactly where those are. He puts a sling attachment here along the bottom that's welded on, which is pretty neat if you want to use that. Now you'll see the tip of this barrel here is a combination 13.5 by 1 left-hand threads and a 3-lug. So I'll go ahead and show you. I covered this in a different video before, but here's the 3-lug mount. You just line it up and twist it on, which I actually prefer because you don't have to worry about it coming loose, and it's real easy to take on and off, especially when this thing's hot. You just press it on there and twist it off. Now if you want to go the other way with a traditional thread on, this is the Tyrant. There you go. You see it adds a little bit of length to the gun when you go this route, but I shot it with this and I was actually pretty impressed with the performance. It sounded really good. This is a 45 can, but nonetheless, if you have the right piston for it, it works. So I like that. A lot of the other ones are threaded in 1/2 by 28 or even 1/2 by 36, which is kind of a strange threading, but nonetheless, it's still effective. So when you go to put this guy back, obviously this is where it comes into play, the how everything has to fit in here, because this receiver starts flat and then it's rolled into this configuration, and then obviously it has to be done with pretty good precision to have everything fit in here and still operate effectively. So you put that on, and what did I do with the push pin? It's around here somewhere. Won't worry about that for now. Oh, there it is. So as you see, the breakdown is pretty easy. Okay, so let's talk magazines. So it comes with just a regular banana-shaped magazine, whatever you want to call them, the round-style magazines. And you see they fit in here nice and tight. There's a little bit of wobble, but really not much. And I didn't have any problems with them locking up or firing. Straight mags even work. Those are hit or miss depending on what kind of build you have. They worked fine in the DJ Getz Firearm. And as far as shooting it, like I said, it was a little tough in pistol configuration. You can see that the blowback was a little bit of a problem. You see me kind of squinting my eyes a little bit, even though I had the glasses on, I could still feel it. But it shot good. You see it cycled everything. Here's a run of jacketed hollow points. Those ran through just fine in a curved magazine. The straight mag worked out fine as well, and I had no problems suppressed. It didn't seem to be over-gassed when it was suppressed, which is a bonus, especially for me being left-handed, and I'm usually looking on the right side of the gun, so my face is real close to that ejection port. I will say, for those of you who have never shot one of these before, this gun is a little hard on the shells themselves. For those of you guys that reload, you're going to need to clean these probably a little longer than you would out of a normal pistol, and your sizing die is definitely going to come into play. As you see, once it's ejected, it bends the mouth of the case a little bit. Not a big deal, but just something you don't see with a lot of other guns. Coming back to this configuration, like I said, because it has so many US-made parts, you're 922 compliant right off the bat. If you want to do a Form 1 add a stock to this, make it an SBR, you're ready to go. Same thing if you go full auto, you're ready to go. So, this is a really great option. It's not the most expensive build, but it's not the cheapest. So right in the middle, you're getting, top quality for mid-range price. So no complaints there. And like I said, Dave Getz has a really good reputation as an MP5 builder. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions, let me know, and thanks for watching.